Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome back to F1 Manager Challenge Mode, the series where we do try and make things a little bit trickier, a little bit more difficult by adding in some additional rules. Those can be found in the video description down below, so if you are curious as to what those rules are or our progress against those rules, do feel free to check those out at any point. So, we are doing pretty well this season. We've had a couple of wins, and then we kind of came back down to earth a little bit with a not so good result at France. But we're heading to the Hungaroring, and who knows where this one could go. This could be good, this could be bad. We shall have to see. If it's a wet race, we're in trouble. And I think it might be, if memory serves. Let me have a look. We're wet practice, but a dry race, according to this little weather forecast here on the right hand side of the screen. So that's not so bad. That's okay. Our driver's not so great in the wet. So yeah, fingers crossed we can get some really good points here and continue our charge against Mercedes for P3 in the constructors. We're currently in P4, hunting them down. There you can see we're just 12 points behind them in the constructors. And there we are in the Drivers' Championship. Freddie is now ahead of Felipe by 2 points. And it's pretty close between the two drivers this season. You know, last year Freddie was very much playing second fiddle to Felipe. He was getting the bulk of our points. This year he's actually slightly outscoring his teammate. It's a lot more competitive between the two this season. Right, we have 4 days until the race itself. Do we have anything in production right now? Let's have a look. We have got research that's due to finish after the Grand Prix. And then the front wing's going to drop, which will be in time for Spa. And I think that was probably going to be the last part that we put on the car. Possibly. I'm not sure. We may do one more part. Evening, Jason. How are you doing? Do we have any points to spend before the Grand Prix? No, we do not. And everything's good here as well. I want to try and balance these out a little bit if I can. So once we improve our front and rear jacks, if actually let's go straight to it now. Let's go wing adjustment now. Try and boost this up a little bit. Bring a bit more balance to our pit crew skills. Facility wise, let's see, we're done in this category. Staff facilities, I think everything's looking okay. Race sim is going to need a refurb soon. We can't start that preemptively. We have to wait for it to break before, or wear out a bit before we can actually do that. And oh, something is about to go on the helipad, so that's probably going to need a refurb after the Grand Prix. Hopefully it's after the Grand Prix and not right before it. Right, let's advance some time. Board check-in. They have high confidence in our leadership. We do have a mid-season review at the end of this race. So we should get an extra 1.5 mil from the board from that. There's our finances review, monthly development. That's where our car sits at the moment. You can see looking very good in the high-speed stuff. Really looking forward to taking this car to Monza, and in particular to Spa. I think Spa is going to be our best chance of a really good result. We can get another 1-2. That would be incredible. And Spa might be the circuit where we can do that. Depends what upgrades the rest of the grid brings. Right, let's set some targets. So the incentive is both cars in Q2. That'll be easy. We're going to try and get both cars into Q3, which should be achievable. Finish position 1 in 14th. Oh, that's easy. Easy. I do realise I'm cursing myself here. Probably with a double DNF now. We'll go for the fastest lap as well. Finish position streak, new one starting, 2 in the top 15 for the next 4 races. We should easily be able to achieve that. And then the quali streak is currently 2 in the top 10 for 5 races. We are nearly halfway through that. Right, off to the Hungarian Grand Prix we go.
The Hungaroring is abuzz with excitement as Formula One returns to Hungary for another round. We first came here in 1986 after construction on this purpose-built motorsport facility was completed. The Hungaroring is one challenging succession of corners and turns. With few straights, it's affectionately known as the go-kart circuit. Drivers will have to find a proper rhythm to make the most of the layout, and for cars, low-speed downforce will be paramount. We're about halfway through the season now, and there's still plenty of time for everything to change. All eyes are on the teams and how they tackle the rest of the year. Let the weekend begin!
Okay, so with a wet start to the weekend, it's going to be really important that we try and maximise as much time as we can on track to get these setups sorted out quickly, because I don't know if it's going to be raining this session, the next session, or both sessions. Hopefully it's not both, because that will really hurt us a bit. We are going to have to run potentially very, very long in the Saturday session, which is something I don't like to do normally, but depends on how our runs go here, whether they get broken up a lot. We don't have a reserve driver to run, which helps. So we'll use the softs in this session. We normally start with the hards, but because of the rain and the fact that we might have to do very long runs on Saturday, we'll save the hard tyres for that. So let us start by sorting out the car parts. Let's go with the engines first of all. Did I actually? Yes, I did activate that. Okay. Oh, I think I've got another penalty, haven't I? I think Freddie's got a penalty. Is it Freddie or is it Felipe? I think it's Freddie's got a penalty this weekend, if memory serves correct. Evening, Marcel. Alright, there we go. It's the parts swapped out. Run plan for the Hungaroring is 20 laps. And let's take a look at those sliders. So we go with quite a high downforce wing setup on this circuit. That is interesting looking grid line up there. That is a bit more extreme, so let's try going with a slightly lower front wing on this car. We're going to go with a 15 wing on the rear on both cars. We're going to go with a 9 on this one, and we might go 10 on the other one. Let's have a look. Can we do a 1.9 here? Yes, we can. So we'll go 3.45 and a 1. 9.15, 1.9, 3.451. 1. Yep, there we go. That's that car done. And we'll go with something a little different on this one here. So we'll go with a 10 on this one and a 15 on the rear. We will go with a 3.7. And we're going to go in the opposite direction with a camber on this circuit. So we want a 2.75 and then a 0.05 on the toe. And let's see how that works out.
Check.
Alright, so we've got rain in the second half of the session, so as long as we can get a run done before the rain hits, that'll be good, because then we can make the changes and put on some wet tyres ready for the second run in the second half of the session. It is going to be full wets, as you can see.
We've had a car run wide.
Okay, where's Sides? Because I say he's looking very slow. And there we go, he's got clearer. It must have been us that was holding him back. I was wondering why his lap time was so slow.
Car in the wall.
Oh, someone's off. Is it Sides? Or is it Leclerc? It's one of the two Ferraris. I think it's Leclerc. It is Leclerc.
Let's take a look at the replay. Okay, here's the Ferrari.
Yeah, just pinched that front right tyre.
Something went very, very wrong there.
And there goes his front wing.
What's your thoughts on coming in or doing any more?
Okay, that's not good to be that far off on the first run. It's not good at all. What about Felipe? Oh, he's off as well. Maybe we've got to go 15.5s on the rear wing. I only have one 15.5 setup.
Rain still coming.
Okay.
And there's the rain warning. Evening, Anthony. Alright, so a lot of work to get these cars into shape. And here comes the rain just as we're on our in-laps. Timed that well.
Relay.
Copy that. Just pit limiter, just a reminder on pit limiter. We are expecting rain pretty soon.
Okay, copy.
All right. So, I didn't change the front wing angle on this car for some reason. I don't know why. It's no wonder. That's supposed to be at 9. And just that one change is not going to fix everything. I'm going to have to adjust some other bits and bobs as well. So that's going to have to become a 2.8. That's going to come back. Let's go like that, I think, with the toe. Excuse me. Alright, let's give that a go. We'll put on some full wets because it is going to be very, very wet very, very quickly. There we go, that's a bit more like it. So the 3.7 is wrong, that needs to become probably a 2.8. Let's dial back the front wing a little bit. Let's move this up. In fact, let's make that a 1.9. And let's push that up to a 10. Let's try... Actually, is that going to affect my straights? It is, isn't it? Okay, let's go with a 9 then. And let's go there. Alright, I'm going to give that a try. So once again, we're going to put on some full wets for the second half of the session. And there is the heavy rain. So hopefully these setup changes will do the trick. If we're getting heavy rain in this session, there's a good chance that the next session might be dry. I really hope that's the case. We've been quite fortunate with the fact that we got effectively half an hour of dry running before this rain came, which enabled us to get a complete run in. Normally when you get rain in a practice session, you only go 10-15 minutes into the session, sometimes not even that, maybe 5 minutes, and the rain starts and you have to come back in, change tyres, your run gets reset, and it's just a pain. But we've actually been quite lucky that we managed to get a full run on those softs before it came in. So far, minimal impact really on our weekend running. That is Ricciardo or Norris, one of the two. It's Norris.
You can take a look now. Watch this. We're looking at Lando Norris. They've lost control, and there's the crash.
Evening, Farah. Okay, so the rain has stopped. Again, we're very close to getting our feedback done, and there's only 8 minutes left in the session, so we're just going to stay on these tyres until we finish the run, basically. They might get a little cooked towards the last lap or two, but that's fine. Uh, 86, so there's still a fair bit of room for improvement there. We're at 36%. Yeah, we may as well stay out till the flag. What about Felipe? 79. Oh, we barely improved with his car either. Alright, it's going to be a tricky weekend then. If the car's proving this tricky to set up.
Sounds like a spin.
The checkered flag is now out.
Alright, will it be dry in the second session? We've got a penalty for Hamilton, penalty for Vettel, penalty for Albon, penalty for Magnussen. I'm not sure, but I think Hamilton and Magnussen might be carryovers from the last race. I don't know. I can't remember. I'm confusing with last night. Last night was Zandvoort, which is 2 races time in this series. So that's Thursday's race. So yeah, I'm not 100% certain if those are carryovers or if they're component swaps. I guess we'll find out when we see the grids after quali. Right, what can we do to fix these car setups? Okay, so the rear wing is off still. So I'm going to push that up to a 5.5. I am going to push this up to a 10. I don't know if I can... it's not going to be enough, is it? I'm going to have to go 8.5 maybe? And that's going to have to become a 3.7. Alright, this is completely outside the scope of anything I've got in the book, so I don't know whether or not I need to drop the wing even more. Never had a front wing set up below 9 in the book for this circuit, so I don't know. Let's give that a try, see how that goes. We'll go with medium tyres because we're still unsure whether it's going to rain in this session or not. Normally we do 20 laps. We're going to go for a single run and hope it's dry, so let's go 28 laps. Yeah, 28 laps. Let's drop the pace. Medium tyres here. Let's see, what do we need to do on this car. Ooh. Alright, that's a very big change on the toe. So that needs to be, I don't know, somewhere around about there. We need to change the camber. Which way do I go on the camber? Let's try going this way. Let's pull that in a bit. Don't really want to change the front wing angle. Alright, let's try that. So again, we'll go 28 laps and drop the pace. And let's give this a go and hope we don't get any rain.
Radio check, radio check.
Radio check.
Ah, we've got rain again. Okay, and it's going to be heavy rain again, I think. Yeah, heavy rain again. We're not going to get a full run this time. Not unless we stay out for a bit on those slicks. We'll stay out until we get feedback, but we're not going to get our full runs in, so we are going to have to put those wets back on again to get a bit more track time. The last race was when Vesti became your favourite young driver. Surprise, surprise. He takes out Hamilton before they even get out of the first sector. Yeah, wasn't great. So Hamilton's penalty is definitely not going to be from the race then, because we got the penalty, not Hamilton, in that collision. I remember now. So he must be having new components. So that'll be at least a 10 place drop, maybe 20. We are going to have a 3 place penalty for Vesti. For causing that collision and then not being able to serve it as a time penalty in the race. Yeah, we were wondering where you were during that race, Farah, because you didn't pop in. And I was like, quick, don't tell Farah, don't tell Farah. But I'm wondering if you were just sitting there watching TV or something, and all of a sudden it was like I feel a great disturbance in the force. The sound of 1,000 Mercedes mechanics suddenly crying out in pain.
Car in the wall.
Copy.
Alright, who has crashed this time?
There's been a crash. Let's
Oh,
see
Joe
what
has
happened
crashed.
there. Let's take another look. There we have Joe. Thank goodness nobody...
There is a small sprinkling of rain.
Yeah,
Alright, we're so close to getting the feedback that we need to complete the setup that we're going to have to stay out for an extra few laps just to get it.
Copy.
And then as soon as we get the feedback, we'll come in. Evening, Mr. Water. Right, hopefully they're not going to bin it in these conditions.
What's your thoughts?
Oh, we've
on
gone backwards.
coming in
What is going
doing
on
any
with this
more?
car setup tonight? Ugh.
How's the balance?
I think we made a tiny improvement for Felipe. Oh wow! It's a 14. I've never seen a 14.5 rear wing on this circuit. That is very new for me. That changes everything. This one's definitely going in the book. Right, 3.7, so that's not good. That's got to be a 2.8. Can I fix that? Oh, this is fiddly. I think it's got to be an 8 on the front wing. I'm not convinced by this at all. Maybe it's an 8.5. I mean, that's a big change. I think that's too big a change. Alright, I'm going to have to go with this to see what happens. Like I said, I'm really not convinced by that. Okay, what do I need to do here? Let's push that up to a 10. Actually, no, let's Leave it at a 9. Let's just increase that. And do that. And see how that works out. Alright, the whole field is coming out. Oh yeah, Marcel's been on the channel for a long time. A very long time. Oh, we got another crash. Yeah, I think that's an Alpine, and I think it's at the same corner that is catching a lot of people out.
We've had a crash. Here's the replay.
It is. It's Alonso at turn 9.
Here's Alonso's car. That crash is terrible news for the team.
Alright, we're finally up to the 90s, but we're still a way off. We're at 77% track knowledge, so that's a good point to end his run in this session. So we'll do the same with Felipe. 99, there we go. That's more like it. So what do we need to change here? Okay, the roll bar is still off. I'm going to go back to a 1.9 on this one. And then try and pull it back a bit this way. Push the front wing up to a 9. And let's go that. And see how that shakes out. And that is 100% for that setup. So we're finished running for this session. Just about everybody else has finished running as well. Just the Ferrari's still out there. I wonder what tyres they're on. Just checking they're on the right tyres. See if they're running around on slicks or something. Yes, they are on the right tyres. Okay. After the bizarreness of last night's race where they inexplicably changed to wets. Alright, so I'm pretty confident that we're moving in the right direction now with Freddie's car. So I'm hoping that this is going to be all we need to do. Just one run, 25 laps is more than enough. just put a little extra in just in case he has a spin or something. It slows his curve down a bit. We know this one's going to be 100%, so it's just completing the run.
Ready to check?
Ready to check.
Green light, green light.
Rain, all clear.
Yeah, copy.
There we go. Nice dry session. Okay. Oh, another crash. Is that an Alpha at turn 1?
Sounds like there's been a crash.
No, it's Magnussen at turn 12. That's not sector 1.
All eyes
Oh,
on Kevin Magnussen here.
that's sector 3. I hate the warning systems in this because they're always so off. Hamilton looking pretty fast,
That sounds
which
like someone's
wouldn't
gone
surprise
right
me if he's
there.
running that new engine that we think he might be running. Alright, feedback incoming. Boom! There we go, 100. So pleased to finally hit the 100 on Vesti's car. I was starting to think we might not get there. And I know Felipe's is going to go 100. There it is. Alright, there we go. Run's done. I can write that setup in the book. Like I said, that is the first time I've ever seen a 14.5 rear wing. Oh, got no space for this track. I'll have to write it along the top. So that's 9.0, 14.5, 19, 3.2, and 0.95. Alright, excellent stuff. This was a 9, 15, 19. Oh, this is almost identical to what we actually tried to start him with. It sent us around the houses on that one. That was the original starting setup. Or it might have been the starting setup for for Freddie, but yeah, that's literally just one click difference to a setup I already started using. You've been taken out again, Anthony. Oh. You, I know you had financial troubles at the start when you signed Norris right at the very beginning of your career. You didn't get a loan shark bailout from the mafia. It's a nice Formula One team you got there. It'd be a shame if something were to happen to it. All right, three very uneventful practice sessions. What the heck was that? That was my really, really bad mafia impression. All right, have we got any other penalties added in? No, it's just still those 4. So, dry quali, dry race. That's always a good thing. There is the penalty for Freddie for taking out Hamilton on the opening lap of France. Let's put in some good car parts. We have used that engine already, good. So we're at 78 and 81, so we'll go with the 78 engine. And the 81. ERS module 86. Oh, I forgot to change his ERS module for practice. Whoops. 51. I've got a spare one now, so let's use one of the newer ones. And gearbox, let's go with that one. And we'll stay on that one, that's okay. Right, let's go qualify.
Ready to check?
So we just want to try and get through this session on just a single run. 1:15.8. Half a second faster than Ocon. That is good. Faster than Perez. Don't know. Maybe he got caught by Stroll on his lap. Let's see what the other big guys do. Hamilton close again in lap time. Verstappen 0.3 faster than us. We're definitely through.
We've just had a spin.
Gasly spinning on his hot lap. That's not good. Oh, I don't think everyone's going to get round for a lap. I know everyone did start their fastest laps, I think. Yeah, they did. So we're losing Gasly, who did not improve. We're losing Schumacher, Stroll, Norris and Zhou. Oh, a little bit of change. Right at the end. So we're losing Ricciardo, Schumacher, Zhou, Stroll and Gasly. But Magnussen will have that penalty, which will drop into the back. Vettel's got a penalty. We'll see what happens there. Into Q2, we'll go with the scrub tyre run. We're going to two-stop this race. So I'm trying to save tyres to give me more options. Give our drivers a little bit of a gap this time so they don't trip over each other in terms of dirty air. No one else has gone out yet. There we go. Wondering where the rest of the field was. Still very quiet. Only 2 more cars out on track. So 1:16.0 and a 1:15.9. Pretty good times considering they're on those scrub tyres. We should be safe. So I'm not planning on going out again. Perez looking a little faster this time. Vettel up in 5th at the moment, but has got that penalty, so he must be running, you know, trying to get as good a position as he can. He's going to end up dropping out of the top 10 come race day. Sainz off the pace. Leclerc starting his hot lap now. No, Leclerc's finished his hot lap. He's gone 5th. Hamilton's still yet to run. He's running now. Hamilton looking quick, but again, he's got a penalty. So who is going out? Sainz in danger right now of not making it through. And Sainz isn't going to make it. Sainz is out. Wow. Didn't see that one coming. But again, look how tight the field is. It's less than 9/10 of a second from 1st to 15th. That's very, very close. All right, new tyres. 1 run, end of the session. Let's see what we can do.
Radio check, radio check.
Radio check.
Okay, it's green now.
So Verstappen's going to lay down the benchmark. A 1:15.5. That was on new tyres. There goes the rest of the field. So currently it's Perez from Verstappen, then Hamilton, Russell, Leclerc, Alonso, Vettel, Ocon, and then us. We're yet to set a time. We're going to cut it very close, but we'll make it with about 10 seconds to go. There we go, 12 seconds across the line. So Hamilton does not improve, he stays third, which will probably drop him down to 13th. No improvement for Leclerc. Nobody's improving. So it's all down to this one run. Felipe's probably going to go purple in the middle. No, he didn't. It's going to be close. Can we make the front row? Oh, wow. No. 5th and 7th. I think I might possibly have hurt Vesti by sending him outside close there, but never mind. Hamilton has got that penalty, so that gets him out of the way. So we're going to start 4th and 6th. Vettel's going to drop down, Albon's going to drop down, and Magnussen's going to drop down.
The grid is packed and there's electricity in the air. But there's no surprises in that. It's race day.
Aston Martin performed well during the qualifying session and they're rewarded with a good grid position for the race. We saw a reasonable push from Mercedes in qualifying and they'll have plenty of opportunities here to achieve a great result. The weather is very overcast here and teams are staring at the sky watching for the first sign of rain. Strategies might have to be quite flexible going into today's race.
And we're just over 300 kilometers away from the conclusion of this Hungarian Grand Prix. And each and every one of them is sure to be thrilling.
Well, I don't know about each and every single lap's going to be thrilling, but it's going to be an interesting race. Strategy-wise, we're going to take 3 laps of fuel out. This is, for some reason, it's just one of those circuits where it's ridiculously easy to just naturally save fuel without even trying. So we're going to take advantage of that off the at the start. Have a lighter car to try and launch off the line a bit faster. We might have to do just a little bit, and I do mean just a little bit, of fuel saving towards the mid part of the race, just to bring that under control a bit more. But generally, we should be fine. Strategy-wise, we are going to 2-stop this. The AI generally tends to go a 1-stop, but sometimes they 2-stop it. We are going to go medium, soft, soft, I think. Maybe medium, medium, soft. I'm going to have a look. Yeah, medium, medium, soft is the way to go. There we go, so 126.52. That's the scheduled stops. There we go. And that is 8 seconds faster than the 1 stop. 21 seconds faster than a soft to hard. You're assuming I've used up my 2 major underfloor upgrades for the season. No, the only one we've maxed out is the front wing. I haven't done a second major underfloor yet. That might be one I do after this Grand Prix. Not sure yet. We'll see. See if I can rush it in time for Monza or something.
The drivers have now taken position on the grid, and it's looking like a cloudy day. Taking a look at the Aston Martin. A top 10 position today, but will they be able to capitalise on it? There's the second Aston Martin. With a top 10 position on the grid, this race could really go either way for them. Everything's been building to this. This is it, the Hungarian Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Okay, 4th and 8th. Hamilton is down in 20th. So he must have had a couple of new parts there to drop that many places. We've got some soft runners at the front of the field, so they're either one-stopping and going very long on those hard tyres, or they're going to two-stop. But either way, they're going to go onto hard tyres for their second stint.
That's it.
As Vesti moves up a place. Drogovic trying to go around the outside. Oh, missed contact as Russell locks up and hits us. Ah, damn it, we've got wing damage already. Okay, Russell has also damaged his tyres, I think, as a result of that. It's only minor damage.
It's a crash, and it's more than one car. Let's take a look at the replay. Now, just watch the Mercedes here.
I need to have a look at his car. Have I lost both front wing end plates? Just the one. Do I stay out? Well, let's immediately call his tyres and ERS off.
Yeah, take it easy.
So Vesti is once again going to be our lead driver. I'm going to call you Mr. Jinx from now on. But Vesti's up to 4th. He gets alongside Ocon. Can I get a run on Leclerc here?
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a
Or am I going to get boxed in? No, I'm not boxed in. That's good. Diving to the inside. Hamilton's up to 16th already. What tyres is Russell going on to? He was on mediums. Is he going to go straight to hards? Side by side with Leclerc. Yeah, Russell's gone on to hards. And there we go, we've completed the move. Excellent stuff. So let's calm those tyres and the battery down.
Back off.
Okay, come.
We haven't really got the pace, I don't think, to stay with the Red Bulls. I don't know, maybe. We'll stick as we are. Let's have a look at sorting out Felipe.
DRS enabled. Used energy.
Copy.
See if we can have a look down the inside, maybe. Nope. Do need to make our way through these guys as quick as we can. Hopefully the Red Bulls will squabble with each other and we'll be able to close that gap down, although it's going to be hard to do that while also holding back Leclerc as well. We're side by side with Albon and we get the move done.
This is good.
Despite him having better tyres, we've got a better car.
Aston Martin with a great play there.
And we're using battery as well. I've got to decide whether or not I'm going to change his front wing at the pit stop. It'll add about 6 seconds onto the stop. That's me pretty much out of battery now. As we look to go around the outside of Magnussen. Can't quite get it done. What about up the inside? Oh no, Magnussen steps in front of us, so let's go harvest. Get that battery rebuilt. We're doing 123.2s, we're half a second off. Yeah, it's not ideal. I don't really have any battery left to go pushing after him either. Don't want to burn the tyres. We are edging away from Leclerc though. Let's see if I can actually just push the last little bit of battery.
If you need it.
If I can break away from Leclerc just through this last corner, that would be nice. He's going to get the DRS, I think. Oh, it's close. It's going to be very close. No, he got it. It's deliberately burned battery at the start of the lap. We won't have any at the end, but let's break that 1 second. There we go. Got a spin.
Yellow ahead.
Okay.
That was Hamilton.
Now watch this. Lewis Hamilton involved in this one. And that spin is undoubtedly going to cost them time.
Don't say it, Farah. I'm already near the back of the grid with one car. Alright, so we have eked out the gap a little bit more over Leclerc. We do have more pace than that Ferrari. That's good. So now that we're in clear air, maybe we can lap a little bit faster now that we're not having to fight him off. Let's go neutral with Felipe. Now we've got a little bit of battery to play about with. We'll see if we can just naturally get a couple of overtakes in, maybe. Another shocking weekend for Mercedes, which is good for us because we're chasing them down in the Constructors. They're 12 points ahead of us right now. But we are currently on for 5 points and they're on for 0.
Energy if you need it.
Copy.
Need to get past Stroll here. Only very kindly moves out the way for us.
Good job.
There we go, another place gained. It's going to be a long afternoon for Felipe.
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
Right, so let's have a look at lap times. Yeah, we're a tenth of a second faster than Alonso. Definitely a bit faster than Leclerc, although Leclerc did lose some time getting overtaken. We're still around half a second slower than the Red Bulls. But hopefully, as I say, they'll start fighting with each other, slowing each other down. Who's in front? Is it Perez? Is he on? No, it's Verstappen who's on the softs. So fingers crossed, as the tyres start to wear a little bit, Verstappen will get in front and then start slowing up Perez. And our tyre advantage will start to reel the gap back in a bit. Can we go around the outside of Schumacher here? It's going to become the inside for the sweeper. Not quite. Up the inside here. Not quite. Maybe the chicane. No.
Doing a good job. Keep pushing.
Let's go back into harvest mode again. So Vesti looking comfortable in third place right now. Pulling away from Alonso and Leclerc. As we look to have a run on Schumacher here.
This is good. Come on.
There we go. We squeeze it up the inside this time.
You're doing a good job.
Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place.
So what I might do with Felipe, because his race has been ruined a little bit, is I might swap his strategy a little bit. I might go medium, soft, medium. Give him those soft tyres in the middle stint when everyone else is on hards to really try and make up a lot of ground very quickly. It would also negate the impact a bit of all that added time for
That's going to help you.
changing his front wing, which I think I'm going to need to do if I want to try and get as high up the grid as I can. The pain of a 5 second, 6 second extra on the pit stop, not that bad in comparison to the amount of time I will lose over the rest of the Grand Prix by not being able to corner as quick. Would love to put some battery in Vesti's car, but don't want to slow the pace down just in case one of them has a run wide or a spin. Yeah, and I end up right behind them. Then I can stay with them and charge at the same time. And if there's a safety car, I can charge up under the safety car. So Vesti's just going to have to run with 0 battery, or, you know, a lap's worth of battery for the foreseeable. Felipe, we will try and keep charging up so we can keep doing these little stop-start charges. Let's get him to within a second of Magnussen so he can really maximise that next lap. You see the soft tyres already starting to struggle a little bit for a couple of drivers. Hamilton, Verstappen, Alonso, Ocon. They're the ones who are struggling the most. They're the ones who started on scrub softs, not new softs. And we didn't quite get within range of Magnussen. Oh, we've got a lock-up in Sector 1. That is Vettel.
And that's the lockup! Let's see what happened there. Taking a look again, it involves Sebastian Vettel. Well, they've lost it. They've locked up.
So that brings another car closer to us to help us leapfrog our way back up the pack. Perez is now dropping Verstappen as Verstappen's tyres hit that 60% point where they really start to drop off in pace. So we should start reeling in Verstappen now, I think. Let's take a look at lap times. Yeah, we're actually slightly faster. We're a tenth and a half faster than Verstappen at the moment. Still 4/10 slower than Perez, but we'll be hunting the Dutchman down. And then we can sit behind him for a couple of laps to get charged up. And hopefully we'll be able to claw back some time to Perez in the next stint. Field is definitely thinning out a little bit more in this race, partly because some drivers keep making mistakes, but I think it's partly the tyre compounds as well. It's not like a long train of cars like we have on the Williams career where everything is so closely matched in terms of performance. The field is a little bit more spread out in this one. It is only season 2, not season 3. Another 2/10 taken out of Verstappen. Thought I'd see if I could sneak a look around the outside there, but just couldn't quite get the drive without spending the battery. So we'll unleash him on the start-finish straight this time. There's Albon boxes. We're not going to get the move done again. Alright, maybe we can get him on the second bit. There we go, sells him a dummy. Up the inside. On the brakes. No, I'm going to need to use DRS and ERS, I think. It's a little frustrating. I'd hoped I got enough pace to get past him there. So with Albon boxing this early, that to me suggests he's two stopping. So he's going to go hards and then mediums at the end. Gap now under 3 seconds to Verstappen. Let's get this move done.
Use energy.
Okay, go for it.
You're going to start losing time now, the longer we're stuck behind him. There we go. Just rocket past him. Let's get onto the back of Gasly nice and quickly.
Good job.
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
And Leclerc has now dropped Alonso. So you can see Alonso's tyres are struggling. And there goes Verstappen into the pits. He's going to go hards. But if he's boxing this early again, is he one-stopping? Alonso and Norris are in as well. I get the feeling these guys are two-stopping. I think it's a little early for the one-stop. This is going to help Felipe. He's going to jump a whole load of cars. He's going to come out very close to Verstappen. So it's 18 seconds between our two drivers right now. Nearly a pit stop. Need to slingshot our way past Gasly on the start-finish straight if he doesn't box, so that we can get onto the back of Verstappen and try and stay with him until we need to pit.
Doing a good job. Keep pushing. Energy if you need it.
Copy.
Oh, he's boxing. So we're not going to get the DRS. That's annoying. I was really hoping we get DRS to slingshot our way through. Let's see if we've got enough battery to get onto the back of him. I don't think we do. I think he's going to be a bit too quick for us.
We're not okay on fuel.
Okay, copy.
Not even sure if we're actually catching at all. I think that whole lap we might have closed by about 1/10, maybe 2/10. Not very much at all. Still, we are closing in now on the group of cars in front. And yeah, look at that. We were less than 1/10 of a second ahead of Verstappen. We did prevent him from getting fastest lap, but he'll probably get it on the next one. Not that it really matters. No points for fastest lap this season, so. Right, let's check in with Freddie. It's been a while. Barrett's now off camera, he's that far ahead of us. But by the same token, Leclerc is also off camera because we're that far ahead of him. Right, Ocon into the pits. So that's more one-stop territory. And hopefully Ricciardo will hold up his former teammate here. Do us a big solid. Well, that didn't last. It's past him already. I think we did close about half a second. Let's head back to that because we're almost on that battle already. If we're really lucky, we might just about sneak DRS off the back of Ricciardo here. Unless he boxes, which he might do. His tyres are at that point. Now he's staying out. We didn't quite get the DRS, so now we've got to make sure we do actually get past him. Let's charge up a little bit while we're in his slipstream. We're not really fighting Verstappen, at least not with Freddie anyway. We're fighting to get him into the points. Which we are just about doing at the moment. 8th place is our target. Right, we're inside a second. Is Ricardo staying out? Yes, he is. So he's definitely going for the one stop. As it's Joe and Schumacher. We are going to enter our pit window next lap. Let's get some battery in Freddie's car
to charge up.
over the next couple of laps. Let's do a little bit of fuel saving as well.
Some lift and coast will help that.
Yeah, copy.
Save fuel, save fuel.
Copy.
Alright, there we go. Pit window entered for Freddie. And Ricardo boxes. Actually, there's no point trying to overcut Ricardo because we're changing our front wing, so we're going to lose an extra 6 seconds on our stop. So we'll keep charging, keep fuel saving.
Save fuel.
Copy, copy.
Losing a few tenths a lap to Leclerc right now, but that's okay. Looks like we've got a bit of a traffic jam forming behind Ricardo. Who's just come out on new hard, so he's going to be relatively pacey. Norris, Ocon, Alonso, Vettel, Russell all made their stops. Russell making that stop at the end of lap 1, so he's going to be stopping onto a set of mediums at some point. Probably in about 25 laps. Maybe he might go softs. Maybe only 20 laps and go mediums. Everyone behind has already made their last stop as well. Or expected last stop. Again, we might see one or two of those guys dive in for some mediums. We'll see.
Okay, energy's good.
Yes, copy.
Yeah, losing quite a bit of time now with the fuel saving and the charging. About a second a lap. That's okay. We can take Felipe off the fuel off the charge now. And we'll bring him in. In a couple of laps' time.
Got loads of energy.
Copy.
We're going to come out behind that queue, so I'm not going to be able to fix that, unfortunately. So let's just run a little bit longer, try and come out in some clean air behind behind Albon.
You can stop, lift and coast.
Copy.
All right, there we go. So, pit stop confirmed for Freddie. I'm going to run Felipe an extra lap. But let's go ahead and we'll stick to the strategy. Let's change that front wing as well. It's my last front wing. I'm going to have to make some new ones. Oh, actually, no, we've got a new front wing coming for the next Grand Prix, haven't we? So we won't have to make any spares. And let's go ahead and just delay that stop by 1 lap. Just to get us that clear air that we need. Right, so if the AI is going to 1-stop, which I think the medium runners are going to 1-stop, they're going to be boxing.
Copy that.
Maybe in about 5 laps.
Pit limiter, pit limiter.
As Freddie comes in, Leclerc stays out. We're going to have a nice chunk of clean air to run in. We can tell Felipe to move out the way if he gets too close. Maybe he can even get a nice little bit of a tow.
Push a bit more.
Copy.
Yeah, we're not going to stay close enough. Let's just stay on normal then.
Yeah, take it easy.
Copy.
So this is going to be a long stop, somewhere in the region of 8 to 9 seconds, I think. There's science boxes, so we might see Leclerc boxing next lap.
Pit lane.
Copy.
So there we go, change of tyres, change of front wing. There we go, 7.8 seconds, that's pretty good. That's pretty good for a wing change. Right, now we're going to have a very busy period of time. We didn't lose as much time in the stop as I thought we would, so we could possibly, if I'd pushed a bit more, actually jumped some of those cars. Never mind. We could have come out in front of Vettel, maybe. Or at least in front of Gasly. Possibly in front of Gasly. Never mind. Let's go hunting. Should have some extra pace now that we've got that front wing fixed. As Vesti sets a new fastest lap, a 120.5. Yeah, much faster than anyone else is doing right now. Oh, is that a lockup? Is that going to be a safety car? It's one of the Williams.
I think there's been a lockup.
It's Stroll.
Here's the replay. Now let's have a look. It's Lance Stroll. Well,
He
they've
kept it out the
locked
wall.
up. They won't have been happy about that.
So not even a VSC. As Perez dives into the pits. So it looks like Perez is on for the win. Vesti is on for second place, potentially. Because Leclerc's yet to box. So it's between Verstappen, Vesti and Leclerc for second and third. As Verstappen gets Leclerc.
Use energy.
Okay.
Ah, that slipstream is so powerful. And Leclerc finally boxes.
This is good. Come on.
He's going to come out in a similar place to Sainz. As we go up the inside of Albon. And immediately go on the attack against Magnussen.
Nicely done.
Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place.
We'll go around the outside here, but have the inside for the final turn, which will give us a nice run, hopefully straight away onto Gasly as well.
You're doing a good job.
Gasly's getting that toe from
Looks like
Bottas.
Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
Going to go around the outside here up the hill. Up the inside, beautiful stuff. Straight on the attack on Bottas, who goes defensive. Can we sweep around the outside through the chicane? Almost. And there we go, we're through against Bottas as well. Beautiful stuff. Felipe on a charge.
You're in a good place.
Let's get him charged up. Marley's still in DRS. Get ready for another push through. So we've extended our gap over Leclerc from about 4 seconds when we boxed to about 10.5 seconds, and we're on faster tyres. Let's see what Leclerc does when he crosses the line. We're actually lapping slower than the Red Bulls right now, which is a little disappointing. How did Verstappen suddenly go so quick? There we go. Oh, it's because that was the lap he overtook Leclerc, wasn't it? With DRS. So we are 2 tenths faster than Verstappen, closing him down. Looks like we're fighting maybe for third then. Maybe we're not going to have the pace to get Verstappen. But hey, I'll take a podium. I'll take a podium all day long. Russell has a look at Vettel. We'll see if we can follow him through.
Energy if you need it.
Yeah, copy.
Can we get past Vettel through the sweepers? There we go, brave on the brakes. We will hold position. There we go. We'll get a run on Russell because Russell does not have DRS. And we're just going to power past him.
Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place.
So Hamilton up next. Then Alonso, Ocon, Norris and Ricciardo. And then we're back up to 6th place. We are going to have to stop again. But we'll be so quick on those soft tyres in the final stint that we will eat the gap up really quickly. And without pushing, we're already inside Hamilton's DRS. Looking very busy on track, just in front of us. Someone's locked up. It's Schumacher, I think.
They've locked up and gone
Yep.
straight on.
That'll be a repeat of what Stroll did a couple of laps back. Hamilton is just dancing all over the back of Alonso, trying to find a way through here. It seems very reminiscent of this race a couple of years back. Alright, I've almost completely refilled the battery, which we're going to need if we're going to push our way through this traffic, because it's all so close together. And the slipstream is so powerful on that back straight, that main straight, that we will need the battery just to keep up when we pull out into the clean air. I think our best chances of overtaking is probably going to be in the infield. Or a lunge under braking into turn 1. Let's have a crack, see what we can do. Maybe we can get a distant tow off of Ocon here. I think we can. We're going to jump them both, maybe. Oh, Alonso swings in front of us at the last minute. But we've got the line on Hamilton.
This is good, come on.
We'll go up the inside along the up the hill here. Can we get on the inside for turn 5? Yes. That's Alonso done. Ocon next.
Okay, good job.
Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place.
Ocon going very defensive there. Can we dive up the inside? No, we can't.
Doing a good job, keep pushing.
Alright, we're not going to get the move done on this straight. Maybe here though. Cut to the inside, please. Nope. Going on the run into the chicane. Oh, that's brave. But he gets it. That's Ocon. Can we get Norris before the end of the lap as well?
This is good.
There we go. That's the move on Norris, maybe. Oh, we're out of battery. Ah, that would have been the move. Alright, so another lap of charging, and then we'll try again. But, yeah, some good driving from Felipe there, making his way through that gaggle of cars there. Let's take a look at lap times. Vesti is half a second quicker than Verstappen right now, and half a second quicker than Leclerc. That's good. Good that we're closing on Max and pulling away from Leclerc. I think we need about 19-20 seconds for a pit stop here under optimal conditions. So we are only 5 seconds short, or give or take, of being able to hold position against Leclerc when we do make our final stop. As things currently stand. Of course, our pace is going to drop off in comparison to him.
Use energy.
No.
Oh, it's a brave place to go around the outside here. It's going to cut to the inside. Got him on the exit. Just about.
Keep doing what you're doing.
There we go. Another great overtake from Felipe there. It's going to rack up a lot of overtake
Aston
points.
Martin have just gained a race position. Let's take a closer look. So this was the Aston Martin. Gaining a position there. Oh, they make it look so easy.
And that puts him in a really good position, because now we can just sit behind Ricardo at the head of the train that's chasing Ricardo, so he can charge up without worry of dropping out of DRS. He might even take the position. But if he doesn't, and I kind of hope he doesn't, I can just sit here and charge without real threat from behind. Get enough battery to then just sprint away from Ricardo. Open up that gap so we don't drag him with us. Right, we've got 29 laps to go. Due to stop on lap 52, I could even bring that forward a little bit if I needed to. Am I muted? I don't know, can you hear me? I haven't muted myself, I'm just taking a breath.
Good job.
Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place.
Alright, we are through. We're going to sprint. That's enough sprinting. So we've broken away. Now we need to close in on sights. So we were doing 121.5s while we were tucked it behind. Let's see what we can do at the end of the next lap, once we've got a lap of clear traffic without using battery deployment. Ideally, we want to be lapping similar pace to Freddie, if not even a little bit quicker than Freddie. That's a new fastest lap with the battery push and the DRS, a 1:19.1. That's quick. And we've got soft tyres to come yet. So we're going to absolutely destroy that lap time. We'll be doing 1:17s, maybe even 1:16s when we push on softs. We're going to be brutally fast. Evening, senor. Don't need to conserve fuel just yet. This is a circuit where you just naturally save between 2 and 3 laps of fuel. We started at minus 4.5, 4.6 kilos. We did a little bit of fuel saving for a few laps. About 20 laps ago, we've saved 3 kilos so far, so we should be okay without having to do any real fuel saving. We might do a little bit in the last few laps, but we'll see how we go. Somebody running wide. Is that going to help or hinder?
Did someone run wide
Oh, it's
there?
Russell. That doesn't
Let's take a
hurt
look at
us.
the replay.
Doesn't
Now
help
let's
us.
look at this. Here's George Russell. They're way off the racing line there. That isn't good.
Alright, so a clean lap. No push. A 1:20.4, so we are nearly half a second faster than sight, so we will gradually eke that gap down a bit. But we're stopping in, what, 6-7 laps time? As Alonso boxes, so we are seeing the first of the 2 stoppers coming in now. So I'm guessing he's going mediums. It's a little early for softs. Yeah, there we go, medium tyres for Alonso. I don't know what his tyre wear was at, but looking at that, Russell's going to be boxing very, very soon. Next lap or 2, I would imagine. You're probably also looking at Albon, maybe Verstappen, maybe Norris, Hamilton, Vettel, maybe the Alphas, maybe Stroll and Magnussen. I think anyone who's at 70% is running to the end. Anyone who's on 60% might 2-stop. It's just whether they go softs or mediums. Probably going to go mediums. As we take another 4/10 out of sights. And we're lapping 6/10 faster than Leclerc with Vesti and almost a second faster than Verstappen. Albon boxes. So that'll be for mediums. If they box before lap 50, then they're going to go mediums. If they box after lap 50, they may well go softs. I suppose it depends on whether they have new softs available. If they don't, they're going to go mediums, I would imagine. But we are absolutely storming away from Ricciardo right now, which is good. It's what we needed to do. So I think realistically, the absolute best I think we're going to get out of Felipe without a safety car is 5th. As Verstappen boxes. With Vesti, 3rd, maybe 2nd. More likely 3rd. You see the rest of the grid starting to come out of the garages as well for their pit stops. So we should see a little flurry of activity coming through there in the next lap or so. That is mediums for Verstappen. No, I wasn't muted, Mr. Water. Here we go. Hamilton in, along with Norris, Ocon and Vettel. So these should all be mediums. Oh, he's getting held. Hamilton gets held. And so does Norris for Hamilton. Ocon's on mediums. Magnussen's putting mediums on right now.
We're not okay on fuel.
Copy.
Bottas is on mediums. And so is Albon. So yeah, as expected, before lap 50, it's a medium stop. Verstappen's going to close that gap down to us. Like I said, we're not really fighting him. We're fighting Leclerc for 3rd. I just don't think we've got enough pace to be able to hunt him down, even though we will be on faster tyres. But I will very happily take 3rd place. Leclerc starting to lap just a touch faster than us on that last lap. Felipe doing everything he can to close the gap to Sainz and to pull away from Ricciardo. Sainz is his target. That's going to be a real tough ask, because Sainz is not going to stop again. Gasly boxes, that's got to be for mediums. It is, and Gasly's been lapped. In fact, everyone up to and including Alonso has been lapped by Perez. All right, I'm going to bring Freddie in a lap early.
Box, box. Box, box.
Copy, box.
Felipe, I will leave out. But let's box him a lap early as well.
Box, box.
Copy, box.
So Felipe should come out behind Russell but ahead of Alonso. It's going to be close, but he should get out just ahead of Alonso. Freddie is going to get out just in front of Sainz, I think. The good thing is as well, we're going to box Freddie before he hits that big queue of traffic that's between us and Perez. So we're not going to have to lose time fighting through that. There's your tyres there, Farrah. So we'll come out into some nice clean air where we can really maximise those softs.
Into the pit.
Yeah, copy that. So make sure you get your pit limiter as you come in the pit lane.
Right, so we should be coming out between the two Ferraris here. .6 seconds, not too bad. There goes Leclerc. And there goes Freddie on brand new soft tyres. He's going to be so quick. Right, Felipe. So where did I say Felipe's going to... Felipe's going to try and come out in front of Alonso. Might, if we were really lucky, might even get ahead of Russell. But that's... No, we're not going to get ahead of Russell. Well, maybe. It's going to be tight into that first corner. We're going to do it. Oh, that was beautiful. I honestly didn't think we would be able to do that. Alright, we're going to go for a fastest lap to appease the sponsors. Oh, yellow flag, that is the Haas. Not sure which one. I think it's Schumacher.
Big lock up there.
It is.
Use energy if you need.
Yeah, copy.
Right, see how quickly we can close down Leclerc on a push lap. With 3 seconds down, there he is. I've just realised we've just kept Felipe on the lead lap. That is Alonso and Perez that's behind him on track. There we go, a blisteringly fast lap. 1:17.9. And that was without using DRS as Ocon locks up.
We can take a look now. Now have a watch of this. Looks like Ocon. And there's the lockup. It almost got away from them entirely.
And he loses a couple of places in the process. Is that another lockup? Or is that just a delayed warning? Right, fastest lap attempt for Felipe.
Energy if you need it.
Okay, copy.
We just need to charge up.
Russell boxes, so that's going to be for softs. It's got to be, with only 16 laps to go. Yeah, soft tyres, new softs as well. we might actually catch Verstappen. And Felipe takes the fastest lap. A 1:17.7.
Yeah, take it easy.
Copy.
Oh, a spin. It's Perez.
Yellow flag 15, yellow.
Let's see what happened there. We're just watching the Red Bull. That looked like a very nasty spin.
Interesting. It's not done anything to his tyres, but that should close the gap down a little bit. Alright, so we lost a little bit of time stuck behind Leclerc there, but we did get some extra battery. I'm going to push now. Close that gap down again.
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
Felipe almost on the back of Ricciardo, and then it's half a minute to Sainz. That can't be right. No, there we go, 20 seconds. I was gonna say, timings are a bit wonky at the moment. Right, we caught the Williams, which means we get DRS. Or we should do. Yeah, there we go. That helps. And we are clear, free and clear from Leclerc. A little bit more fuel saving is still potentially needed. We'll have to keep an eye on that. We're not getting through there, so let's do another charge off the first corner. Use that grip and the back and the open wing. Dive up the inside. There we go. Good stuff.
You've done a good job.
So 21.5 seconds. That is a big ask.
Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place.
It's a very big ask. Let's see. He's doing 120.7, so let's see what we can do in clean air. Vesti is doing 118, so we should be able to do about 2.5 seconds a lap quicker than Sainz. In theory. Which would be enough time if the pace gap stays like that, but our tyres are going to drop off quicker than his will. So who knows? We're closing on Verstappen by 0.8 of a second. That's not fast enough. We are 12 seconds down. So yeah, that's not going to happen without some help. Sainz probably won't happen, but you never know. These last 12 laps are going to be interesting. A safety car about now would be glorious. And 1:18.8, so 2 seconds, 1.8 seconds. It's not fast enough to get sights. And we're lapping about the same pace as Verstappen now. So yeah, those positions are pretty much where we're going to stay now by the look of it. As I say, unless we get a safety car. We get a safety car, that closes the field right up. We sort our fuel saving issues out, we get full battery, and then we just go hell for leather for the last few laps. And then the win is on for Vesti and a podium for Felipe. So, fingers crossed. But that's been a great recovery drive again from Felipe. Getting hit by Russell. And knocked all the way down like that. Driving the entire first stint. Give or take a couple of laps with a damaged front wing. And still being able to cut his way through the field the way he did. Supreme recovery drive. That gap is still coming down. 9 more laps to go. It's going to be close. It's going to be very close. We have got some battery, but we have also got a slight fuel deficit. I'm going to go ahead and just sort out Felipe's now.
All okay on fuel. So
That's right, Freddie's out now. Felipe's I'm going to leave as long as I can. And hope that we get a little bit of intervention that's going to help us out here. It's 1.7 seconds. Ten laps including this one. Hamilton moves up to 7th. He's had a strange race. But he is looking pretty quick on those soft tyres. Oops. He is potentially going to be hunting us down. He was very quick in qualifying. And he has broken clear of Ricciardo, so I'm expecting to see a fast lap from Hamilton coming up soon. It won't be enough to take fastest lap from us, I don't think. It's still going to be pretty rapid. 1:19.5. Let's see what he does. Now he's got a lap of clean air. He's going to be lapping about the same pace, if not slightly faster, I think, than Felipe. Oh, then again, no, I thought he was on softs, so mediums, maybe he's not going to go that much faster.
You can stop, lift and coast.
Yeah, copy.
I was kind of hoping we might catch these back markers at an advantageous point. Oh, sector 1, yellow flag. Just someone going wide. Oh, Perez locking up.
Let's have a look. So let's look at this. There's Sergio Perez.
That's not sector
there's the
1.
lockup. That's the last thing they'll have wanted.
Perez, that's 2 mistakes in quick succession for Perez now. Spin and a big lockup. He's feeling the pressure from Verstappen. If he keeps making mistakes like that, he might knock himself out of contention for the win. He's safe from Vesti. He's 25 seconds ahead of him, but alright, I'm gonna have to cut my losses.
Safe fuel.
Settle for
safe
6th,
fuel.
I think.
Copy.
Almost feels a little anticlimactic to not have drama in the closing laps. As so many of our races seem to. We're kind of just bringing it home now. Not likely to gain any places, not likely to lose any places. We're just in position.
No saving required.
Okay, copy.
Well, I'm glad you still enjoyed the race. I've still enjoyed the race. It just, as I say, the last, half a dozen races that we've done have had some drama in the closing laps, and it almost feels a little anticlimactic that we don't have any in this race. It's a change of pace. But no, I still enjoyed the race. I mean, like I said, the way we've been able to bring Felipe up through the grid from last.
Five more laps. 5 more laps.
Copy.
Once again, we're not going to catch that Williams at an advantageous position. A little squirt of DRS would have been really nice. We're going to get the fastest lap, which will give us a little bit of extra sponsor money. Not that we really need it, but it's nice to complete a sponsor goal. We've spent so little time with Freddie I think we should ride with Freddie for the rest of the race, unless some drama happens somewhere. He's on his way to another podium. That'll be his third podium in 4 races.
Four more laps.
In fact, when did he finish in France? Might be his fourth. Did he get on the podium in France? I think he did. So that'll be his 4th podium in 4 races, if that's the case. He has been supremely consistent. He's not been as quick as Felipe, but he's been a lot more consistent. Oh, no, wait, he didn't finish in France, did he? So, yeah, 3rd and 4. Felipe is still closing on Sainz. Got the gap down to just 7.5 seconds. Let's use the battery. See what happens.
Energy.
Yeah, copy.
Let's use the tyres. Why not?
Push more.
Okay, copy.
Let's go for it.
3 more laps. 3 more laps.
Yellow flag in the first sector, which could be anywhere, because you know what the warnings are like on this track.
Someone spun out. Let's take a
It was
closer
actually sector 1 this
now
time.
Just take a look at the McLaren. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. The car's just gone. The team are devastated.
So Norris drops a ton of positions, but he wasn't in the points, so it's not catastrophic for him. Oh, someone's in the wall.
Copy.
Oh, it's Joe.
Here's the replay.
Got all
Let's
excited
take
for a
another
second then.
look. There we have Joe. There's the crash.
That happened right in front of Felipe. I can't help but feel that that was because Felipe was just bearing down on him. Alright. So, 3 laps to go for Felipe. Gap is 5.5 seconds. And he's lapping 2.4 seconds a lap faster at current push rate, but that's because he's using battery as well as tyres. So that's unsustainable, but could he actually get within striking distance before he runs out of battery? That would be incredible if we can.
Two more laps.
There's the Ferrari. He is hunting him down. I've got no more battery left. That's it. Could he actually pull off the shock?
We can push again.
Copy.
We're on for 9 points as things currently stand, to 2 points for Mercedes. So we will close the gap down to just 5 points in the Constructors' Championship if things stay as they are. We can get Sainz. That's an extra couple of points. Or at least 1 extra point. I think it's 1 extra point. It's 10, 8, 6, 5,
So this
4,
is last
3,
lap.
2,
This is last
1.
lap.
Yeah, 1 extra point. I don't think we're going to quite have enough left to get there. Oh, congrats on a nice, comfortable win for you there, Anthony.
Save fuel.
Yep, copy.
Don't tell me he's actually going to do this. Is he actually going to be able to do this? What a size his tyres at? 43%. Slightly more life left in them. If we had another lap, we would get sights.
Has crossed the line first.
Energy if you need it.
Yep, copy.
Everything you got.
That is
Full
checkered
push.
flag, but you can keep pushing.
Yeah, the line is literally right around the corner. Ah, there we go. We got to within half a second. One more lap and we'd have had him. Whew. So a little bit of excitement at the end, but we couldn't quite pull off that positional change there. I didn't think we would, to be honest. So I didn't actually expect to get onto the back of him. I thought we'd maybe get to within a second of him, if we were lucky. And there we go. Another good race for the team. More excellent points for the team. Freddie again on the podium.
What an incredible outcome for Aston Martin's driver. Aston Martin having an extremely good day at the track.
I couldn't agree more. It just shows what this team can do when all the pistons are firing.
And after this result, the team is fourth in the constructor standings.
Next time, the teams will be adding another year to the legend of Spa-Francorchamps. Anything can happen at the Belgian Grand Prix.
There we go. 5 places gained for Freddie to bring home another podium for 6 more points. Felipe down 2 from his starting place, but he did get tagged by Russell very early on in the Grand Prix. I think lap 2, I think it was. Maybe lap 3. Was it even the first lap? Where he broke his front wing, got dropped towards the back of the grid, had to fight his way all the way up, and still recovered to 6th place. So a great result for him. Good result for Ricciardo as well. Hamilton as well. Very slow starting, just stuck behind traffic for a long time, but gained 12 places to get himself in the points. And that helps his team just a little bit in their battle with us, because we are closing them down, and closing them down quickly. So win number 5 for Max does not happen. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Win number 6 for Max doesn't happen. It's Perez who gets his 5th win. So it's very close between those two in terms of wins, but you can see the difference in podiums. A lot more consistent for Max. 4 more podiums, which equates to the 25-point difference. Leclerc does get some points. Sainz gets some points as well. So a decent result for Ferrari. They've needed one. They haven't had one for a while. Russell losing out by failing to score. He had a miserable afternoon. Freddie stays 6th, but closes the gap to Russell to just 4 points now, as we extend the gap to Lewis to 4 points. And Felipe is hunting down Lewis as well. He's just a point behind him now in the championship. And there's Fernando just sneaking up onto the back of Ocon there. Still the usual suspects at the back who've yet to score. I'm surprised Albon hasn't scored yet. You know, he's had some bad luck. If this was a 10-point grid, a 10-place grid for points, then I think he would have had some points by now. Let's have a look at the constructors. Red Bull just stretching their lead even further over Ferrari, but they are pulling away from Mercedes relatively easily, and we are hunting them down at the moment as well. 5 points to gap now. It's getting very close there. Alpine pull away from McLaren by an extra point. No change for any of the other teams. It's going to be a struggle for AlphaTauri to get any more points this season on the way their form is going at the moment. And Williams, I think they'll be very lucky to score any points at all. Haas have kind of dropped away. I haven't really seen much from Haas this season. You know, not for a while. So, yeah, who knows what's going to happen with them as the season continues. A very quiet but effective race for Preddy. Doesn't get a lot in the way of overtake points. He gets 3 overtakes for the entire race. Just 3. But an exceptional race. You know, he drove beautifully, you know, and was faster than the Ferraris. You know, just had the pace where it counted, kept it going. No mistakes, no issues, no dramas. Brought it home for a very, very comfortable podium. Not the same for Felipe. Very hectic race for him. 19 overtakes for him. 37 failed attempts. Another exceptional rating for him. A lot of points earned. And that is development points for both our drivers, which is always a good thing. As far as the sponsors go, we are keeping the sponsors very happy. We achieved all of the objectives that were set. And our suspension research project is complete. So, let's get our mid-season board review out of the way. Our target position for the season is 7th. We are currently 4th and just a few points off of 3rd. So well on the way to getting that done. And our long-term target is to score 50 points in 50% of the races. That's 11 races. And we have done 10 of them. And we still have 2 years to go on that. So, yeah, we're comfortably going to achieve that this season as well. So, ball confidence is high. We get an extra 1.5 mil, which doesn't really mean anything to us because we don't really have anything to spend the money on. But it's nice. Nice that the board are backing us. Let's deal with these emails first of all. Exceeding the board's expectations. There is our helipad now in the condition where it needs the refurb. That'll easily get done before the next Grand Prix. Is anything else likely to break between now and the next race? I don't think so. Nope. 48 days left on the scouting department. Race sim is getting low. That's going to be an expensive refurb. That's 4.5 mil, but you know we've got 46 mil in the bank, so yeah, we're not too worried about finances this year. Let's take a look at points for drivers and staff. Start with the staff. No points available. Let's take a look at our pit crew. Yeah, we're working on the wing adjustment, trying to balance that out a bit. Let's give Freddie another point in braking. He's almost getting up to that magical 80 number where we can then move him on to his cornering. He gets an overall of 75 now. He's coming along very nicely indeed. Very nicely. And this is the great combo that he's got here. He's got decent accuracy. He's got great control. Well, to say great, he's got very good control. He's got great smoothness. You know, combine that with his pretty solid reactions, his very, very good braking, and his cornering's, you know, not too bad as well. He's just consistent. He's good at overtaking. He's good at defending. His weakest skill is his adaptability, and he's better at that than Felipe. So while he doesn't have the raw pace of Felipe, he has it everywhere else. So he's got the control, he's got the accuracy, he's got the smoothness, he's got the adaptability. He's better at overtaking and defending. You know, he's a much more well-rounded, once to the right level, he will eventually start lapping faster than Felipe, I think. He's not too far from that now. Not too far from that at all. Right. Let's go into our warehouse for a second. So we're down to 2 front wings, but we should have a new front wing for the next Grand Prix. Yes, we do. So we don't have to make any spares because we'll have brand new wings dropping on the day of practice. So we'll emergency manufacture a load, 4 wings, maybe 5. It is Spa. Lots of turn 18 lockups. We do have a new project available and 4 engineers. I might take a couple off the side pod research as well. Let's go ahead and actually do that now. Oh, no, wait. I can take 1 off. There we go. Just extend that by an extra 3 days. Can't afford to take 1 off the front wing project. I need that, all of them there to get that done in time. So let's go ahead and look at getting that final super floor. We're 28 days away from the next set of hours, so I could do another underfloor, but it wouldn't be an amazing one. Maybe a rear wing would be a better option. To try and reduce our drag a little bit. And improve our DRS a little bit. Something like that. Give us a nice little boost to our speed. Would give us a very nice little boost to our DRS in both speed and acceleration. A little bit of a boost to our dirty air performance, not a huge boost, and a little bit of a boost, but again, not a huge boost to our cornering, but it would actually move us up the rankings in our medium and low speed. How long would that take to do if I threw 5 engineers on a rush job? I wouldn't get it in time for Spa, but I would get it in time for Monza. That could be very, very important. Let me have a look as well at an underfloor. And see what we could do with an underfloor. I mean, we've got a really strong underfloor as it is, as you can see. I don't know whether I could... This is more for the downforce than the speed. I could do something like that. I could even take a little bit of the airflow sensitivity off, maybe. That would take too long. 50 days. Yeah, I wouldn't get that until Singapore. So let's go with a budget rear wing. Yeah, a minor rear wing upgrade, and try and get that in for Monza. So let's see. We wanted to max out the drag. We wanted to max out the DRS. Max out the wing. or the downforce generation, and then it was a case of just tweaking the airflow a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Let's push that through for Monza. We'll get that 2 days before the Grand Prix, and that'll be the last part, I think, that we develop for this car. Everything from now on is going to be research for next season. So no more major upgrades for the car. Probably not even any minor upgrades now. The front wing will come for Spa, and then the rear wing will come for Monza, and then everything else is going to be towards next season's car. Or at least will probably be towards next season's car. We'll see. I think it was only chassis and side pods that are affected by the reg changes for next season. If that's the case, then might throw in some additional upgrades on this year's car, because that's probably going to be more effective than a research project for next season. We'll have another look once we get that front wing available, and we get the engineers available, and we get some hours to play about with as well. That way we can check and see what the research impacts for next year are. So that's where we're going to end tonight's stream. Another great result for us. Closes the gap to Mercedes to just 5 points. It's going to be a good old battle between us and the Silver Arrows for third spot for the rest of the season, I think. And who knows, if we can keep this kind of form going, maybe we could even try and reel in Ferrari. That would be a real achievement. I think that's probably just a little beyond us, but who knows? We've had the pace on the Ferraris in the last couple of Grand Prix, so it's not beyond the realm of possibility. Of course, we need both our drivers to be scoring high points to maximise our chances of that. So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, another great race, another really enjoyable stream with you guys as well. I'll be back with some more racing tomorrow night with Spa, and then on that's Tuesday, isn't it? So on Thursday we'll be going to Zandvoort for round 15 of challenge mode, and then we'll be back on Friday with Monza for our Williams career. So until then, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with some more F1 challenge mode very soon.